I'm just packing up and getting ready. I've just had my dinner. I'm getting ready to go off on the Overland Track tomorrow. So I'm in one of the old-time cabins, and this is my view out the window. So not too shabby. And the cabin itself is quite comfortable. It's got everything you should need. It's got bunk beds, it's got a stove, and it's got a fridge. So I've got my pack here ready for packing up tomorrow. That's my food, which is all pretty much packed up. I've got things that I still need to fix up tomorrow. So I've got the clothes and the tent and the cooking set and things like that that need to either be finished off or else need to go on top. It's all going relatively smoothly. I have managed to forget a few things and to not quite bring everything that I needed. So I haven't got my sit mats. I usually take a little sit cushion just to sit on. I've also forgotten to bring my proper tablet pack, so I've got garlic and I've got cod liver oil, but I haven't got the rest of my tablets. So it's not a major disaster. There's nothing crucial there. And I also forgot to bring breakfast for here. So at the moment it's quite still and quiet out there. It looks like it's nice evening again. It was nice last night. I went up and saw the sunset and took some photos and came back and then had me dinner. I've taken it a little bit more easy. I went to the Pepper's shop and I bought a couple of cans of beer and a packet of crisps, and I've had those this evening. Well, I had one of the cans of beer this evening. And I'm just taking it a little bit easier, just getting ready and packing up and sort of chilling out before the walk tomorrow. So there we go. Pretty much all set up. I'm sitting just listening to a bit of music, having a hot chocolate, going to do the dishes, and then I'm going to go back to sleep and get ready for tomorrow. Good morning. It's 7:30. I've just signed the book to register my intention for the walk. I have started the Overland Track. Today, cloudy, low cloud. I'm hoping it's going to lift a bit. I'm off to Windermere, hopefully. Once I get up to Crater Peak, I know that it's then a little bit easier, in as much as I think that's the main climb done for the day, and in fact the main climb for the track. This is probably the worst or the hardest climb. But look at it, it's a beautiful morning this morning. The clouds are coming over. It's just lovely. So this is me at the Waterfall Valley hut, and very smart it is too. It's got 3 rooms for bunks, and kitchen area and sitting area and a gas heater and toilets up the back. And honestly, it's a very smart building. It's not really roughing it if you're doing the Overland Track so far. It's only just 12, just after 12 I think. So I'm not staying here, I'm carrying on to Windermere hut. It started to rain, so that might change my plans of what I do, whether I go into the hut or whether I go into the tent. I still sort of want to go into the tent, but I don't, to be honest, if I can be in the hut and stay dry, I might just opt for that as well. So mug shot for lunch and coffee, and then crack on. Welcome to day 2 and a snowy start to the Overland Track. Just came off from the Windermere Hut and I'm heading for Kiora, hopefully, depending on how it goes. It snowed a bit this morning and it seems to have eased off a little bit now, so hopefully it's going to stay that way and not turn too windy. So yesterday afternoon I didn't do a video because it was raining and I left Waterfall Valley at 1 o'clock. It had started to rain at that point, it was quite heavy. So I set off for the Windermere Hut and the walk was okay in the rain, it's alright, but I did get a bit wet. So I did manage to get dry and had my dinner and everything, slept pretty well. Yeah, so today it's going to be a relatively long day, I think. If I do all the way to Kiora, I think it's going to be about 22 kilometres. So I need to make good time. I don't think it's come down in altitude, so I don't think there's too much high level stuff anymore. So I'm hoping there's not going to be too much more snow, so hopefully the going's okay. And I'd prefer it if it didn't start to rain. But we shall see. There we go, that's this morning. So I'm just heading down to Frog Flats from the Pine Moor area. The Overland Track briefing tells you about the dangers of it, and the biggest danger they talk about is hypothermia. The thing they don't warn you about is the bloody duck boards that don't have chicken wire on the top of them. I have just gone arse over tit and I'm being quite careful, but I have landed on it. So I guarantee that more people fall on their arse from these poorly prepared duck boards than ever get anywhere near close to hypothermia on this trail. So, Parks Tasmania, start warning your people about the duck boards. I'm heading down to Frog Flats at the moment. Bit noisy past here. The weather has eased a little bit, so it's not snowing here at the moment. But the snow that has fallen and the rain that's fallen has melted, and it's quite wet down here. So this is probably a leach really. That's been pretty reasonably tough going. Lots of tree roots, lots of walking through forest. Lots of walking through water. So it's 10:30 or quarter to 11. My boots are probably wet, wetter than they are wet. They are wetter than I'd like them to be at this stage, because I'm hoping Frog Flats is going to be morning tea, lunch is going to be at Pallion Hut, and then I'm pushing on to stay at Kiora tonight. Which is a long day, it's 22 kilometres, and this is proving to be a tougher section, so we will see how we go. So, anyway, I am ready for a stop. I want to take my pack off and I want to eat a muesli bar, so I'm heading down to Frog Flats. I'm just walking up from New Pallion Hut. When I got there I wasn't sure whether I was going to carry on and go on to Kiora, but I have decided that I will go on to Kiora. It's only 3.5 or 4 hours, and it's uphill for a bit and then it's downhill for a bit, but it should be okay. The weather has eased a little bit. As you can see, I've got a bit of sun behind me now. Yeah, so that was okay. There was 3 guys that were sitting it out because of there's a hiker's weather warning issued yesterday for today with hail and snow, which is what I've had this morning, and I don't know, maybe it's settling now, but it seems okay. And so I'm going to go up and over the saddle, Pelion Gap, whatever it is. There we go, so I'm heading up the hill. This is going to be slow going. It's going to take me a while, and I'm ready for it. I've had my lunch. I sort of felt a bit tired before lunch. I've got snacks still. I've got water. And I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I can crack on for a bit more and get to Kiora and keep. It'd be nice to keep on track. So there, I'm going to keep on going because it's all uphill from here. I think this is day 3. Like this. It's a nice added feature. It's a bit annoying as buggery too. This is day 3. I am walking out from the last hut. I can't think of where it is. I'd like to say Pelion, but I'm not sure that's correct. It can't be correct because I was staying in Kiora. So this is day 3. I'm walking out from Kiora. I'm walking out with a couple of girls I've been chatting to over the last couple of days, who are keeping the same sort of pace as me. Not too bad a day, heading for Pine Valley and for 2 days, and then I'll have one more day at Echo Point and then out. So a good day, little hill to come, and then I think it's going to be relatively flat, so we'll see how today goes. Yeah, so this is day 4, I think, for me. It's I've stayed last night in the Pine Valley hut. I'm going to be here again tonight. So this walk at the moment is just a little mooch around. I'm on the track to the Acropolis, and I'm going to mooch up here a little bit, and then I'm probably going to go back and mooch a bit around the labyrinth. But last night it was a bit cool, and this morning it's actually quite nice. It's not raining at the moment, so it's a real nice advantage. This area is beautiful. This is so nice. This is lovely. All rainforest and just absolutely fantastic. All the pandani and the trees. So yeah, so enjoying it. So I've just left the 2 girls I've been walking with, the 2 sisters. They're walking out today. So we walked up here a little bit, and then they've gone back. They're going to carry on to do the bit that I'm doing tomorrow. So they're out to Echo Point, and then they're walking out as well. So all good. But yeah, it's really nice. So I haven't done a video for a little while. So walking in from Pelion Hut. So I stopped and had lunch at Pelion. And there are a couple of guys sitting there having whiskey, and they were sitting it out because there'd been a hiker's weather warning. But we all carried on, so I get the feeling it's unusual to do it of 20 kilometre days like what we've been doing. But it's been nice. I enjoyed it because I get to see so much. Yesterday, so between Kiora and here, we passed through so many different types of forest and so many different places. It was really spectacular. Different dry sclerophyll, wet sclerophyll, rainforest, open grass plains. We did the lot yesterday, so it was a really good trip. So we were absolutely drenched when we got to Pine Valley, and everything's still wet now, but it's not too bad. The organisation and drying of clothes is a real work of art. They've arranged things around the heaters so well that there's just like 3 layers deep of boots and things like that. I didn't bother really because I know my boots aren't going to get dry, and I can actually walk with wet socks and wet boots. It's not a problem. I haven't had any problems with blisters or sore feet or anything like that. So mooching day, having a bit of a rest, not doing too many miles. I'll get back to the hut. Right, I'm going to keep walking because it's just too beautiful. Lovely. Right. Just a bit tricky through here, so I just need to keep it on the trail. So this is walking out from Pine Valley. It has snowed a little bit overnight and it's been quite wet, so those intents seem to be having a lot of trouble keeping dry. So look, that tree steaming there in the sunlight. Yeah, so lots of trouble getting dry, which worries me a little bit. I really am not that keen on having a wet tent, wet boots, wet clothes, dirty clothes, all of that to fly to Japan, because I'm not going to have time to fiddle us around and dry all these things out properly. So I am now thinking that what I might do is book myself onto the ferry. So here we are. I think I've got to the point where I'm ready to sort of like curtail it, because I think this has been really nice. I'm not sure the deco point's going to be. I need to be careful. It's slippery on the duck boards. Not going to be sure that Echo Point's going to be that spectacular for me. This is really nice walking through here. It's really lovely. So yeah, so there we go. So I think I've got about a three-hour walk out to the to Narcissus. I've really enjoyed this Overland Track. I really think I came to it with the perspective that I thought I wasn't going to. I was going to find it too busy, too commercial, too organised, too much footpaths and duck boards and things like that. But actually it hasn't been. I've really enjoyed talking to people in the huts, and it certainly is a very spectacular and rugged and remote walk. It's, if you do it like I've done, doing 20-kilometre days, it is quite challenging, and it's a little bit easier if you're going and stopping at each hut, which is the more common way to do it. The majority of people do it socially, doing it as a group and doing it from one hut to the next. It's just different ways of doing things, isn't it? Alright, I'm going to keep on pushing on and hopefully make some arrangements for something that's going to keep me a bit drier for the next adventure. So I am walking towards Echo Point. So my choice has been sort of made for me by the fact that the ferry's not running. The ferry's broken. Because the weather's not been so bad, I had also already decided that I would head on to Echo Point and just keep on the plan and keep to what my original intention was. So, gear. Everything's been pretty good. I do like this this fleece thing that I bought. It is very handy, very light, very compact, and actually it's really warm. I've also, for the first time, finally worn waterproof socks. And actually they were okay, but I'm not sure whether it's them, or I think it is them, because it's sort of settling down now. I had rubbing underneath my my big toe on the right hand side, so I've changed back to my normal nylon decathlon socks, which are getting so old now, they really are falling apart. But when I put it on on day 2, I think, the at the corner where the sock knit changes ripped, so I've got a great big triangular hole, so that's one that's gone. What else has been happening with the gear? My feet stink. I've been wearing the same pair of socks all the time, and they do smell a bit rank, so my boots are going to smell a bit rank. This is that rain that I was talking about. In fact, this is small hail again. When they said about small hail the other day in the forecast, they made it sound like it was, a terrible thing that was going to kill us all. It is literally just small hail. I hope it's just a passing shower. Anyway, not too far. I'm coming up to the lake, so not too far to Echo Point, and we'll see what happens there. Good morning. It's my last day. I'm feeling chipper today. I've been in the tent last night at Echo Point. Had a good night, slept well. Bit of condensation on the tent, but no rain, so that's pretty good. There was 18 tents at Echo Point last night. It really doesn't have capacity for 18. So I'm expecting 12 kilometres of rough track today, like what we've had the last few days. It's going to be rooty and muddy, but it's 7:30 and I should be out by lunchtime, ready for hot chips at the chip shop apparently, and a shower. So overnight I discovered that Radix meal pots are not big enough for the use that I use them for overnight, so that's worth noting. The Radix meal I had last night was actually really nice. It was the peri peri chicken, and that was good. I've seen some interesting things people eat here. Lots of Australians have Vita Wheats and have cheese and salami, and do Vita Wheat and cheese and salami sandwiches for lunch. Lots of people rehydrating their own food. I saw the girls that I was walking with had a good recipe for spaghetti bolognese, which was tomato soup and TVP, spices, garlic and macaroni, I think they had in it. And they said that worked really well. So that's worth bearing in mind. But lots more people rehydrate their own food here. So it's been good. I've seen some interesting stuff, interesting ideas. Sun's out. It's going to be a nice walk. Right, I better crack on, do some miles. Yeah, so here we go. I am on the last little bit before Lake St Clair. I think there's about 2 or 3k to go, and it's opened out into big tall gum. So everything's gone relatively well so far. I have not had too much problem with my feet. I've got a couple of weird bruises on my big toe and my middle toe on my right foot, which could be from those waterproof socks, but no blisters, no other problems, which is pretty good, seeing as I've been walking in wet boots for the last 3 days or 4 days, and wet socks as well. I've really enjoyed this. I've really liked it as a walk. I was coming down, as I left camp, I felt very, very happy. It's been quite a challenge, which I've enjoyed. I've liked doing the longer days. I quite liked the social thing of just chatting to people in the huts and then watching what they do, watching what they eat. And yeah, it's been quite good. And I'm going to enjoy, I hope I'm going to enjoy a portion of chips when I get out after I've had my shower. I think I'll be out by 11:30 easily, because that's still an hour away. So there we go. Well in time for the bus, well in time to have a bit of an air off, and I can even have a chance to dry the sleeping bag in the tent a little bit. So let's crack on and do the last few miles. The last little bit just had to be a bit of road walking, didn't it?